Hey, welcome back to a new episode of Random Opening Challenge. Today we're opening with the high I. Let's see how we do. Now, this is an interesting start. Did not expect that. Do I just extend? I can Atari and extend. I can Atari and descend, actually. Ah, isn't this the famous trick? I do remember seeing this before, actually. Well, I can extend, and when I block, there's this clamp. Yes, I do remember this. Okay, but white has not played it correctly. So white should have directly extended. Yeah, but this is clearly not working for white, so I think our opponent kind of self-destructed there. Maybe I'll talk about this a little bit afterwards. This is a very interesting variation. I haven't seen this in so long though, but used to be one of the tricks for the high on. Okay. I'm gonna do the famous trick. And of course our opponent plays it out for us. Huh. Guess I will directly live. Yeah. Let's just make the corner alive first. See what happens in the middle. Yep. Play this out really quick, but sort of one of the standard situations here with the high I. But in general, white shouldn't be able to deal with both groups here.
9
So we fixed for the thread of the cut. I want to see how many times white needs to crawl here. Do we have a chance to kill? We might have a good chance to kill white.
9 8 7 6
I don't think it's that necessary. Yeah, this is Sente, and that means white's already alive. Yeah, white's already alive. There's not really any point in blocking, but okay, we'll get the turn. That's really, really nice. And that makes everything worth it, actually. That turn Sente is just so big. Knight's move is a bit of an overplay. The left side is too empty, and when black invades, black is basically attacking white on both sides.
7
And
5
this is generally too good for black. This has to be too good for black. Okay, now I guess I'll fix and then attack the 4 stones and then still leave that tiger's mouth there to pressure white in the upper left. Yeah, this is a gote, even though it's pretty big.
7 6 5
I don't know if it's
4 3
worth it now. Let me continue with what we were doing before first. Oh, is white sacrificing the 4 stones? That seems a bit too good to be true for black, for getting the 4 stones as well. Seems like it.
9 8 7 6 五、四、三、二、一。
Yeah. By the way, there's a question that I get asked a lot, which is, what language of Byoyomi do I prefer? And you might have noticed that my Byoyomi is in Chinese, right? The reason why I prefer this is actually not because, well, this was my mother tongue, actually. I was born in China, but the reason why I like Chinese is because the syllables are less. And that's the primary reason. All the counting is one syllable. All the numbers less than one. So that's really helpful because in my mental, in my mind, there's some kind of a mental tick, right? And when everything's one syllable, it just makes things feel smoother for me. That is the main reason why I like the Chinese countdown. Yeah. So in English, there's too many syllables. So I don't like it as much. Yeah. That's why I always prefer the Chinese countdown. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna press right down here. And we've already taken the left, so territory-wise, black is ahead by quite a bit. Maybe I should just exchange that, yeah. Why did I exchange it? Technically, white's not alive, but, I mean, realistically, I'm not pressuring that group. This was a bad decision, for sure. Okay. This one, I guess, disconnect. Fix my cuts. I mean, white's already alive in the corner, so sacrificing the 2 stones is not really a big deal. It's a little awkward here. Not really sure what to do here. Pretend this is a start point. I'll just... wow, okay, that looked so funny, but okay. White's saying no. You can't have any of this. Okay. Yeah, this is gonna be so hard to kill if I wanna kill white here. Huh, but this diagonal just gave me a lot of confidence. Huh. I mean, if white's just gonna keep extending, I might as well just keep pushing, right? Now, this is definitely self-destruct mode again for white. Yeah, this is definitely self-destruct mode. We ended up getting all of the top right. That's great. I'm not complaining. Okay, now what's the best way to kill?
9、8、7。
Bump and block? Yeah, this seems pretty clean, so yeah. I like this. I like this situation. All right, clean. Typical L shape. Here we go. Yeah, pretty smooth. This is just helping me because I'm just extending all the way. All right. There's this self-destruct mode that all 3 dans and 5 dans have. I think we've talked about this multiple times in the past in this series. But what typically happens is that my opponent goes into these false beliefs where like either the group is alive or some fight is doable, and then they start dying without any concern on the size that they're sacrificing. And this is what's happening now. White is completely dying, but they're not considering the scale at which they're dying. And so okay, I do need to make this 2 eyes just so that I can avoid any capturing race possibilities.
9
Yeah, there's gonna be some invasion here. Yep, of course there will be. Why wouldn't there be? This is
9 8 7 6 5 4 3 2 1
I don't know. This is so annoying. Actually, so annoying. Oh, okay. That just made it a lot less annoying. Yeah, I'm pretty sure White just lost all their chances with that one move. White should have Atari'd and then went for the center. Without going out, there's no way White can threaten anything here. I mean, there's an extension, but that's like so minuscule. That Aji is like a scratch. It's not going to do anything. So yeah, that's what I expected White doing, coming out. But yeah, this is clearly not working. Yeah, it's even Gote for White, so I mean, I got to fix in the middle, so
7 6
we're good. Oh, of course, my opponent disconnects at this exact moment. All right. To my surprise, my opponent actually came back. So okay, it was actually a legitimate disconnection. Okay, my bad. All right, let's go back a little bit. So I know before I got asked a lot about this high approach situation, and there isn't really any surefire thing. The only thing that's sure for the high eye is that White generally shouldn't play local anymore. I think some AIs like this second line diagonal, they think that's the best local move, but generally speaking, the attachment is not good if black already has another stone because of the Hane, like in the game. Another interesting move for this game is that over here, when black Hanes, White should just directly extend, and when black blocks, White can actually clamp. So the interested viewer, you can actually go through this and check it out yourself. It's a very interesting variation, and it's not an obvious Tsuji, but nevertheless a very good one. Let's see what we have next. And we have 8, the double 4-6 point. Now, unfortunately, I actually lost the recording of a very important win. Um, but it was actually really quick. My opponent kind of timed out early. I'm not sure what was going on there, but yeah. So I decided to just record another video of this one. So yeah, and that's kind of unfortunate. But instead, we have a 7-dan at 4-6 point. So let's see how we do here with the first game. Okay, pretty standard stuff. Let's do another attachment. We've just taken all of the 4-6 points in all the corners. Very interesting. Okay, so yeah, let's see how our opponent responds to this. Very typical attachment now to the large knight's enclosure. Something that I definitely could not have said a few years ago, 3 or 4 years ago.
现在开始读秒.
Yeah, so pretty typical. I think I'm going to just make the extension because I do want to develop on the the left side here. So I'm going to turn and then jump out. It's pretty typical. Yeah, we'll see what black does about this.
7, 6,
Our stones here are still a bit awkward. This is one of the biggest challenges in this series, which is dealing with the efficiency of these starting stones because they're so unorthodox. So yeah, definitely going to be an interesting challenge. It's going to be weird if I keep extending, and so I decided to just go for the knight's move first. For this one, I need to fix the cut. Yeah, it's a very awkward position for sure in all situations.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3,
Okay, we'll see what black does about this. Oh, okay, very solid.
现在开始读秒.
I definitely did not expect that.
9, 8,
Well, definitely there's nothing to respond to here. There's no way I'm going to respond to that. Interesting. So black made a move. That means they have to play the next move.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
Because if they don't, I'm going to Atari, right?
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I think the capture is big. I am sort of betting on this right now because it's a very important part of my current decision.
9, 8, 7,
But
6,
it is a very
4, 3,
uncertain statement here. Okay, so black responded. I feel pretty good about that.
Nine, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I really don't know here. It's a very difficult decision.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, so black didn't choose the Hane. Black chose to directly cut.
八七六五四三二一。
So, okay. I expected black to Hane though. Then I would get a much bigger group. Now here, I'm alive. It's just such an awkward shape in the middle. It's so difficult.
九八七六五。
Yeah, I'm trying to think what I should do here. Huh. That's so interesting. Push again. Yeah, I guess I wouldn't really I wouldn't really cut, but if black connects, I also don't know what to play.
四三二一。
This actually makes it a little bit easier for me. Yeah, this is kind of awkward.
七六五四三。 九八七六五
Yeah, black's corner is pretty big. I don't really know if I have any leverage against it. Okay, fine. Yeah, that's something I can't avoid. That's yeah. No questions asked about that, but black's gonna jump down now. And if I block and block,
八七六五
do I absolutely have nothing on the corner?
一。
That's gonna be pretty bad for white then, because I expected to have more local moves here, and if I don't, that's gonna change the outcome quite a lot. Oh, okay, my opponent disconnected very briefly there, but they're back now. Yeah, I was planning on blocking. I think this is big anyway, and at the very least, there's something. There's something in the corner there. Yeah. So, yeah, this is unfortunately black's privilege.
Ba, 七六五四三二一。
Yeah, so I have to do something about this. This is also a very interesting spot here.
六五四三二一。
I do expect there to be something.
九八七六五四三二一。
So if black plays the empty triangle, I get an Atari.
九
And then do I directly connect? Or do I make the I?
五四三二一。 九八七。
I actually can push first. This makes a big difference.
七六五
It makes a very
四
big difference.
三二一
So after Atari,
九八七六五四三二一九八七
yeah,
六
I can play this
四
tiger's mouth.
二一
Huh? This is a free ko for me. And if black wins, yeah, if black wins, I don't even lose that much, actually.
九八七六
Yeah, this is great. So this ended up working out quite well for us. And I have a automatic ko thread here, which is great. I don't even see any ko threads for black. There's a throw in and there's a throw in here, but we obviously have more. Yeah, great trade.
六五四三二一
Yeah, these are all just supernatural. Huh. Why did black Atari here? Okay. I mean, I clearly have one extra, right? So, at least. So yeah, we've got the corner. That's so good. I mean, black would just get two moves here, and I'm pretty happy with this result.
七六五四三二一
It's over 40 points in the lower left already.
最后一次读秒
Yeah, we are definitely way ahead. And black didn't choose to take the value. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Yeah, it definitely makes the game, it keeps the game complicated, for sure.
六五
But value-wise, I feel this is not going to be as good as playing two moves in the upper left there. Okay. It's another
九
interesting branching point. Maybe I should have made this exchange. I was planning on hunting, but I don't really know what to do if black cuts. So, I should have thought about that, actually, before making that move. I was going to play here, but if black cuts, I don't know what to do. So I decided not to play there anymore. Okay, but okay, this should be not too bad because black was pretty strong already. And black just got stronger there.
九八
Okay. Despite this not being a big value location, I still want to settle. So that's why I'm playing here right now.
九八七六五四
Yeah, we'll see what happens here. Attachment, we have to honey, that's for sure. Yeah, I don't really see anything else
七
black could do to us.
五
So we're pretty
四
settled. Maybe
三
black will start
二
on the top
一
now. Okay, bump here. That's interesting. Guess I have to block, alright. No other choice. Yeah, I'm trying to just evaluate the top now because that's going to be the next battlefield.
一 九八七六五
Yeah, this doesn't seem like a big deal for me. I can just wedge. This is not a very good connection for black. It's all on the first line, so it doesn't really pose that much of a threat.
九八七六五四三二一
I feel like Tanuking, but I don't want to get sealed in Sente, so that's why I'm still choosing to play. I really don't want to play, though, locally, so...
九八七
yeah, I'm not really sure about the value of this. I do think black is overplaying now because after these exchanges, black's quite weak on the outside.
九八七六五四
Wow. Straight connection. Damn. That's so aggressive again.
九八七六五四三二一
Yeah. White is flexible because white's already completely alive.
九
So there's not really anything that white has to worry about. Guess we'll just bump in Hane. This seems like a nice way to just capture. Yeah, at this point I'm just taking on the value. And black is really lost on territory.
八七
Diagonal. It's actually not so easy to kill these stones. I'll just capture the stone back, and black's connection is really awkward. Yeah, it's still, this is still a Gote connection.
九八七六五四三
Think it's a good time to Tanuki now. Right now for white, there's an eye on the right side, so when white makes the Atari, I might sacrifice the 4 stones at this point.
七六五四三二一
Because the outside is more important. And yeah, this way black doesn't get the clamp.
九八七六
And when white plays the tiger's mouth,
3、2、1。
I don't know what this means. Just gonna cut this off. Remember here that white was a weak group, so no matter what happens, as long as white is alive and well, none of this makes any sense for black. White's already alive, and connecting is only capturing the 4 stones, and that's only like 9 points. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that looks pretty big, but it's not actually big.
9、8。9、8、7、6、5、4、3。
Just want it to send because it pressures more on the territory on the top. And then if I push into the corner, I also get more there. Just as I was about to play it, my opponent gave me a good reason to. That's nice. Just get the Hane. So, which Atari do I want? I think I want this Atari. This is a very interesting situation because even though black is really behind, black actually has no threats to white. So what I'm doing here is so safe because, well, I'm not worried about black's co-threats. Yeah, I do want to answer this one though because this feels pretty big. Yeah, that's a little bit against what I was just saying, unfortunately, but I guess I'll just take the corner. Black does get a lot of value, but I think if I take the corner, it's Sente, because black has to live still. So black had to answer there, but black is out of threats. There's literally nothing else.
8、7、6、5、4、3、2。
Yeah, I just take it. And I don't even have to fix. So we're just gonna simplify everything AI style. Peep this. Keep expanding here.
九八七六五
Yeah.
四
At this point, we
三
tanukied
二
so many times,
一
but black hasn't been able to do anything to our group, and that's really going to set us apart from our opponent. But yeah, really nice win, I think. I was a little bit nervous about how to use the 4-6 points, but then after the situation in the lower left, we managed to take charge of the game completely. This is a very good showcase of how important reading is, and right here, whether or not black needs to answer is a very big question, and it's so important here because the next move on the left side is absolutely huge, right? And black decided to tanuki, and then white invade. The outcome here determines the whole who gains, who loses in this lower left situation. In the game, black chose to cut, which didn't work. It set the group into a ko, and white had really nice, simple ko threats from earlier. It actually had to do a little bit with what black chose to Hane connect, right? It was also a bit early, but if black connected, I read that there's going to be a ko here if white plays the tiger's mouth. So I was going to set the ko up. It's not going to be the same type of ko. I think black's best move would be to throw in an Atari on the outside. At least that's what I read in the game. But after setting that up, I was planning to continue towards the left and kind of leaving that there. It reduces black's value in the lower left, so I still feel pretty good about that. But very interesting trade here that we did. After we got the lower left, I think the rest of the game was pretty smooth sailing. So that was that. So interesting. I hope we get more of the 7-dan games because definitely challenging me a lot mentally. So let's see what we have next. And 4, which is the mini Chinese. Very nice. Gonna wrap it up today here, and we had 2 games already. This last game, to be honest, was a bit mentally challenging for me, so I'll leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you learned something. Hope you enjoyed it. See you next time.